You can keep your chair.
Huh?
You can keep your chair. I don't mind standing.
Sound like you.
Well, I mean, I'm being forced against my will to stand.
Get your iPad up.
What?
You got yours? You got your.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, thank you, man.
Tim, could you scoot on around?
You gonna have to be.
Yeah, the closer you can kind of get. Oh, Dana,
I'm coming.
probably right about, and you could probably go a little bit further to your right, Dana.
Okay.
And
There's a pole.
yeah.
Okay.
And Dad, if you can get real close to her.
Friendly.
And then if you can come right on over, you're gonna have to.
We're trying to get us all three on that one
Yeah,
camera.
I'm trying to get
Okay.
all three on that camera.
Okay, I see two of us.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, then what we'll do is
Montpay.
we'll
Is
just
that
do
the way it's
Montpay.
correct?
Montpay.
Montpay.
Okay.
It sounds something Egyptian.
It's an acronym for auxiliary. I can't even think of the name of it.
It's a European name.
We're based out of Milan, Italy.
Well, it sounds Roman to me.
That's close enough.
Yeah, that's good.
Dana, that bottom left
Yeah.
thing, can you kind of see
Magnet.
all of Tim there?
Tex, you been working out?
Yes, sir.
I can
You're
see.
looking a little bigger, my
I'm
man.
missing an ear.
He's missing an ear.
Yep.
Tim's missing an ear.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's from my mama pulling all those years.
That's better.
there's
That's
your-
better.
there's your
That's
That's
better.
about as best as we can do. I have something for you that we can play on the speakers if Keith is available. It's not going to take 2 minutes.
What's that?
I got a video with some sound. If it's possible to look it up on the internet, or we can do it
I have
after
to
the
get text
show.
in before I get up
If you give me about 1 second, I got
Okay.
just one thing in here. Well,
there. I get text in, then I'll move over.
No problem.
Now, this is gonna be on
So what? Real
Yeah, we're
quickly,
live.
Tex, give it to me in about 30 seconds.
Facebook.
Are we cutting another commercial with a different voiceover on it, or are we doing a different one with Thurl?
We did 2 commercials last week that we like and want to use.
Yeah.
The other commercial with Keith's voice, we just need to do it a little bit more upbeat with Keith's voice. That's
Okay.
it.
Keith does such a good job. Thank you,
Keith does a
Keith.
great job.
You sure have a pretty hairdo today.
It's the humidity.
I'm telling you, it's smoking hot.
I mean, it is the humidity.
It'll be on Facebook.
It likes curly.
Is that right? Floors
Yeah.
to go.
Floors to go. Floors to go Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you put in there Floors to go Texas.
What do you guys need on the?
I don't know. You need to talk to him about that because I have no idea.
You just go to YouTube and if I could sign you out and I'll sign myself in. Is that cool?
Just a minute. I'll move over as soon as text gets in here, and then we'll all shuffle a little bit. Or I can sit on your leg, one to the other. That'll get us in trouble, so don't do that. Okay, did you get the one you started
Yeah,
writing
this
on?
weekend I was with a buddy of mine that played at
More
OU.
for him.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. There
And
you
he
go.
said, like you. I said, man, he goes, I couldn't take a hit these days.
No.
He goes, if you ain't 300 pounds coming out of high school, they didn't look at you.
You don't get a look.
Yeah.
Text and I can go back and
peak,
forth
I was
with this
probably
one
about
if we need to.
250.
Yeah.
I weigh more than that now, but I'm not put together like I was back then.
Yeah.
From 250, I was a center, and that
Dad,
was
if you want to
I
scoot
was-
over
I was
here.
a midget
and,
back then. 1990, 91.
You
something
can
like
listen
that.
at this.
So,
You might like it.
Can't hear it from here.
So if I hit play, will it play over the loudspeakers? Okay.
Oh, look at you. Hold on.
Oh, I didn't know this was Willie's thing.
Dude, you gotta send it to me. I'm fixing a bear hug your ass.
Are we live yet?
we live yet.
Yeah.
Sold that house in 6 days.
Wow. For more than you wanted.
There's all that stuff down there. Let me ask you another thing. You need to get all, I'll pay you for it, okay? My website, everything's got to get fixed, Tex.
Let's do the radio show.
Let me
Yeah,
get
oh,
you
yeah.
in and then I'll scoot up.
Now,
Dude,
we've
I want
added
a copy of that. Where do I get it?
We'll talk after,
Talk
the,
after
show.
the show.
This is
We're,
where I go to.
we've added a new channel online this week. It's called Twitch. You don't need to remember it.
That
Just
sounds
know,
erotic to me.
Yeah, I told you either like this guy or you don't like this guy.
Sorry about that.
I like it.
There's no in
But
between.
it's nothing sexual. It's just
What you need?
We got 3 minutes. Are we live on Facebook?
Oh my gosh.
uh,
there it is.
There,
right
I got them out for
Sorta.
everybody.
yeah. And now I need this folder.
Okay.
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 Okay. Yeah. So, anyways, we
If
just
you don't
have
have a
more
name tag, I'll give
more
Tim a name
viewers
tag.
out there.
It's right there.
He said Magna. How's it gonna stick on here?
Well,
figured it out.
you're
Now-
off centered a little bit.
Tim, not trying to be a stickler here, but the mic is kind of in the way of the thing. If you want to try and really pull the bar
There you
out,
go.
yeah,
Just make sure I'll get up on them.
How's that?
yeah.
A couple inches away from the
Good.
microphone.
All you got to do is talk
That's
straight
perfect.
ahead.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. Matter of fact, if you lean a little further forward, there you go. You're in the camera and.
Okay, right here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how does Tex share that one if he needs to?
Oh,
He doesn't.
The only thing I ever do is really say, "Hey, glad to be here." So, I'm running a whole bunch of cameras and stuff. So
You're the
it's
behind the
no-
scenes. Matter of
no
fact,
big
Tex,
deal.
I consider you a genius, man. You are brilliant. They write songs about guys like you.
Isn't that what they said about Forrest Gump? Forrest Gump, you're a gold darn genius.
Fried shrimp.
First
When
off,
I show that right there, I'm telling you, they're going to come running. It's like little ducklings follow me around.
Okay, you've got it going there.
You got a minute and a half.
Okay, I gotta check YouTube
Let me stand
here.
that one up.
Make
I
sure
can
your
always
phones
sit
are off.
down. It doesn't stand up like
Keep
Alex.
Jim, you good?
sign me out over
See,
there.
good,
for
yes, right
mine.
there.
Okay.
You know, give you a quick little lesson in radio. There's 2 things you have to do in my
You see
studio.
that one? No, excuse me.
Number 1, you have to have fun.
I'll do that.
Number 2, you can't drop the F-bomb.
Phone. Have
Other
they,
than that, we're good to go.
I gotta
they
go.
turn their phones off.
Yeah.
And
Baby
then,
Toe, we need to bring
Yeah,
Baby Tony.
Tim,
in.
if you wouldn't mind turning your phone off, if you've got it on vibrate, it'll vibrate on the table and.
No, we got
kinda-
50 seconds.
Yeah.
I had a really good show right before the 5 coaching habits of leaders. Man, this guy was a smoking brain. All right, here we go. We got 30 seconds.
Okay, let me just change this name here on this thing and we should be good to go.
God, I need to get my video YouTube up. Ooh, that's gonna be good.
I'm good.
are you through wiggling?
All right, we got 20
I have a
seconds.
hole right there.
Everybody good? 20 seconds.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Dad.
5, 4. No.
Oh gosh.
Now it's 5.
Ready?
Oh.
We good, Tex?
Go ahead.
We ready?
Yes, sir. Roll.
Hold on.
We're ready. What the heck happened?
3, 2, 1. Welcome to the second hour of Real Estate Talk. This is the Floors to Go Texas show, and I'll tell you, friend, if you'll stick around with me for the next hour, you'll leave the program better than when you joined us. Live in the studio is my co-host, Mr. Thurl Williams. How you doing, sir?
Doing wonderful, Willie. Thanks
Yeah.
for having me here.
Yeah, I want to refer to you as Floripedia because you've forgotten more than I'll ever know when it comes to floor, whatever the case may be. So the show today is really specialized around porcelain and ceramic and some of the things that you, our listener, when it comes to your home, may not know about. I want to also welcome my friend Dana.
Thank you.
Live in the studio, and old Tex is back on the back over here. He's the brain, unbelievable brain. about the media. I want to say hello to all of our Facebook friends out there. This show is about knowledge. Knowledge is power, and I'll tell you, when it comes to upgrading and updating your home, our friends at Floors to Go over in Haltom City really align with this program. Knowledge is power. So that being said, you know, one of the things that Thurl has done over the years is build many relationships around the Dallas Metroplex. As a matter of fact, Thurl Williams is probably the largest layer of tile and carpet over at the great TCU University. Did I say that right, Thurl?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? Yes, sir? Will you say sir to me? That's amazing.
Sure.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle that. A legend to a nobody, right? No, I'm playing. You've gone out and you work with you work with quality vendors. And today we have an unbelievable guy. This guy, I guess our Facebookers can see in here. He is a craftsman like you read about. I want to welcome to the studio Mr. Tim Walraven. Did I say that correctly,
Yes,
sir?
Thank you for having me.
Man, I'm glad you're here.
Glad to
So
be here.
we're going to talk about, you know, you've been laying floor for 25 years.
25 years.
Buddy, you ain't but 30 years old. Something's good. Your DNA's good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Started
So
when I was 5.
yeah, started when you were 5. There you go. We're going to talk about something that's Thurl and I have talked about a lot, as I recently did a rehab job, and it was when I got in there to pull the tile floor up out of the kitchen, I could literally do it with a claw hammer, and it was nothing. So we're talking about properly laying a floor, the cement, the polygrout, all that. Thurl, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Willie. The reason I asked Tim to be here today is because this show really is about ceramic porcelain tile, pardon me, because it represents a very large segment of the flooring industry and sales of homes today that is the most abused by installation contractors. And what I mean by most abused is that we're sort of focusing about chucking the truck, because chucking the truck, he doesn't have a whole lot of certification that comes with him. And I'm sure there are a lot of good guys out there that are well trained. However, through our experience, we have found, because of so many bad installations that were done last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 10 years ago, it's always generally a failure of the installation installer, the tile setter, if you will. And because of that, Tim is an expert. Because he does have 25 years of hands-on installation of all kinds of tiles, building showers, doing commercial work, working with stone, natural stone. We can ask this guy anything.
Because he's done it. He's seen it. And that makes a huge difference.
Right. It's not Tim just hadn't read about this stuff in the books. Now, when he went to work for Mapei, I'm sure Tim could probably tell you all the stuff they tried to teach him. But the good news is that you know, he's got a lot of training behind him, and he's got a lot of experience. And unfortunately, what happens is most homeowners don't have experience with one single tile installer. And we're trying to lift up the whole industry here. And of course, obviously, with us trying to inform the public, we want you to come see us because we know what we're doing. But you're gonna hear some things that Tim's gonna talk about today that it's like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, wow. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I can imagine from all my experience, Tim has some very unique experiences of things that he's seen and probably confessed on his own that he might have been doing incorrectly, but he's got some real good things for us to talk about.
And he's a good guy. He's a really good guy.
As opposed to a bad guy. Right? So here, let me ask you this. 2 things I want to clarify, Thurl, real quickly. It's not so much that, and Tim, maybe you can help me with this. It's not so much that the installers are maliciously laying down tile. It's because they don't have the knowledge on how this industry is evolving. I learned a lot from Thurl. and I look forward to learning a lot from you. Let's make the second point here is that you are now with this great company, Mapei or Mapei, Mapei Products. As you have been on the installation side, how long have you been with Mapei?
August it will be 4 years. August.
And so your job is to go around and distribute some of that knowledge, right?
Preach the gospel.
Yeah, preach the gospel. That being said, do you want to start this off with, how you want to talk about the settings or what?
Well, here's what I want to do. I was talking to Tim before the show. Some of the things that he thought was most important, and we made a little outline, and very quickly Tim helped set it straight. I mean, I know these things, but in principle, Tim says floor preparation is one of the most important things. And I'd really like for him to just talk about all that.
Yes.
Tim, what do you think about the floor preparation? How important is it when you're setting tile?
That's probably the most important part of any installation. Like you said before, we're tile men or not, we don't have certificates. I learned in the late 80s, early 90s while I was in high school and college from my uncle who learned in 1980, who learned from a guy that taught him in 1950s.
It's a passed down craft.
Passed down craft. The only thing is we're not certified in nothing. We really don't keep up unless we run into a salesperson like me at a distribution place where we're getting materials. Floor prep, back when I was doing floor prep, we used thin set. And thin set is not meant for truing up a floor. And guys, I still run into guys daily who are using that. Now, floor prep, that just doesn't mean going in and truing up a floor. I mean, that's going in, as soon as you're scraping up paint, and usually there's going to be paint, lacquer, dirt, dust, grind it off. That is the most important part of any installation. You can't stick mortar on top of paint or lacquer or glue
paint.
Or you got to sweep. That's considered floor prep, sweeping up the floor. A lot of guys don't do that.
Let me take it back. I just recently bought some beautiful flooring from my friends over at Floors to Go in Haltom City. Redid a complete hardwood, the floor is hardwood in the whole house. And I took my guys, and sometimes you got to take your contractors and put them in a little bit of a headlock, so they'll listen. And so I took them and made them talk to Thurl. But the first thing we did is we had some high and some low places in that foundation. The house was not, it was level with everything, but when you're laying hardwood floors, correct me if I'm wrong, Tim, you have got to use a little bit of common sense. And if you got dips and stuff in through there, then the grinders come out. And I'm telling you, you would think a bomb exploded in that house when they took the grinders to it. I think they were doing it correctly. It sure does look nice now.
Yes. Well, combination of grinding or using a jackhammer to just chip down the high spots or filling it in. There's several different levelers, self-levelers, and that just makes life so much easier for me as an installer. There's a lot of floor patch, and you got to know which one to use. There's different ones. There's a lot of technology that goes into these products. People think about technology. We think about the phones, spaceships, but there's a lot of technology. We don't use an 8-track tape anymore. I mean, we can still use it and listen to it, but it's not going to be as clear as a CD.
Yeah, or the internet.
Well, and for example, he mentioned the word earlier about truing up a floor, and what he really meant was by making it flat.
Yeah.
And I usually have to tell customers flat and level are two different things. You do want things level, ultimately, yes, but this is what we're talking about. And he has products such as Mapei Plenty Patch.
Plenty Patch, Nova. We got several different levelers. Nova Plan 2 Plus, Nova Plan Easy. There's just several different ones to get your floor good and flat.
Got to go to break. We'll come back more with our buddy Tim Walraven over at Mapei Products. You don't want to miss this show, friend. We'll be back in the Thurl and Willie Skosh. So.
Okay, we're on a break from that, but we're still live.
Okay.
Live over YouTube and
Yes.
Facebook.
You okay?
Well, I improved it to 20 frames per second this week, but I'm still, I don't know,
Closer than it was.
closer than it was.
Tim's
you
got
know,
so many products that if I have a customer, a lot of times we'll just call him. He goes, "Okay, Dana, what do you need today?"
Okay.
Well,
Here's what we're going to do, though. I'm telling you this. We're on a real good roll, and we tease that segment very nicely. And so, talk about some of your products. And on here, do you have a card or phone number?
Yes.
Probably need that. Do you want me to give his number out directly or call you?
No, he needs to
no,
call us.
he's not going to take calls from the
Okay.
public because
Okay.
Okay, it's
so
not
what
because he's trying to dodge the public.
Yeah.
It's just that the information has to be disseminated through quality dealers like ourselves because
I get it.
it's not really part of his job.
I get it.
His job is to take care of us, get us all the information we need to be able to disseminate that information. Well, we can talk about my pay because my pay is found in many floor covering dealers across the nation. It's found in some of the big box stores across the
Okay.
nation.
He's like the Shelby of Ford for the
Right,
floor.
I get it. So the way we're going to direct this,
It's too-
it's going to come through you to get to him.
If we can't
Yeah.
answer it, then we go to the
Yeah.
Yeah.
guru.
He's my backup, and if we don't know something, he's got at least one spiral book I've seen. It's about this thick, regular notebook size pages, and it's got everything they carry in there that has to do with tile and stone. And then he's got another little bitty handbook that's similar to that. That it's really about the same thickness. It's more of a pocket version. If you have a
Cliff Note version of it.
if you have a monster pocket protector, you can put it in there. But
We have so many products. I mean, we're the largest manufacturer of grout glues in the world, not just here in the States.
That's
but
the
in-
point. The point I want to make is that in 11 minutes,
Mhm.
right, we want to focus on him.
Mhm.
That's what you want to do is focus there. And then me, bring it back to Floors to Go, brings that kind of talent to the industry. Right? Any other way you want to go?
no, that's right. I do want I want him to talk about some of the, as we said, this is the most abused section by tile contractors because they don't know what to do. They haven't been trained, and like his own experience was explaining, he learned from a guy who learned from a guy who learned from
A
a guy.
generational pass
And,
down.
and if something didn't get passed down, if somebody was absent that
Fizzled
day,
out.
you know, that part doesn't get passed down.
The Tile Council of North America, they have periodically, they'll set up at some distributors locally, and they'll have a class like I was just in last week. But after you lay tile all day, you don't want to go sit in a warehouse and watch a guy tell you how to lay tile when you've been doing it all day. And that's why that information doesn't get passed on, because we're not educated as
This is really good stuff.
a group installers.
In our display floors, we're going to have Tim come and show all of our installers the new grout way to do things, new type of grout, different things. And anybody else that wants to come watch us do it.
Do you find that people are receptive to change in your industry?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No. Now the younger guys, yes, but old timers like me, I didn't want somebody to come in and tell me, you know, how to install.
So, I just, and this is like, I'm evolving in this. I just went through and put a house together. It's unbelievable. And I bought all my stuff from him, and he made bullnose. And the first thing they did was, "Hey man, how come you don't have bullnose in the shower?" So I look at it and I go, "I don't know. Let me go chew out Juan Leonardo." And so you go talk to Juan Leonardo and blah, 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 right? Long story short, sold anyway and we're good. But if you truly want to set yourself apart as a home builder, as a flipper or anything, it's in the details. And the details is a learning process, man. And I want to learn enough that I can go, hey, no. I don't want to get down there and be a craftsman in that. But I want to know enough, and that's what the homeowner should know.
Education.
Education, right? And so, I'm pumped, right?
Well, and that's the whole idea behind the show is that we are trained to know what is supposed to happen. And Tim represents a university of knowledge and the products to be able to go after any situation, just like we
Who owns
had.
Mapei?
Beg your pardon?
Who owns the company?
Still family owned and operated by the Squeensy, if I'm pronouncing it right, family.
So why don't we have the University of Mapei?
Hey, we're gonna grout you. I'm gonna be on the floor grouting too. We'll call you, come over and grout with us.
But I mean, to give you an example,
Yeah.
we had a metal firebox we were going to stick something to, and it was some stone. We wanted to make sure we use the right setting material to stick it to metal. And what do? I pick up the phone and call Tim, and he goes, "Hey, we put tile on board ships that sail the ocean blue." Well, yeah, we got that stuff. He says it's certain stuff, and it's like, when I run to the end of my line of rope, I call Tim, and Tim helps us.
I don't know what just happened here, but something just popped out.
Oh.
You know.
But if I don't have the answer, I'm not the burning bush. I don't have the answer for everything. But I've got I call him the clock maker, and he's our tech department. I call him and I just tell you what time it is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I got you. All right, so we're going to call you the Dean of the University of Mapei.
I like that.
Dale will love that, won't he?
oh yeah,
Dale will love that.
oh yeah.
Dale's his
I'll hear
boss.
about this for years to come, I'm sure.
All right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, ready? 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Floors to Go Texas show. And I got to tell you, friend, knowledge is power. Miss Thera Williams brings you education each Saturday night on any kind of flooring in your home, no matter what the case. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to write down his number, 817-710-7030. Again, 817-710-7030. Or email him at radio@floorstogotexas.com. 5212 Airport Freeway over in Haltom City. Now, you get a lot of good radio during the break, and knowledge is power. Live in the studio is Tim Walraven. He's with a great company called Mapei Products, and we were kidding around, and we were saying he's the dean of the University of Mapei.
I like it.
And here's the thing. For you homeowners that are out there that are thinking about redoing a shower, laying new floor, whatever the case may be, and you got the material bought, and then all of a sudden you got to go find down at one of the big box stores somebody to lay your tile. Those guys, man, it's a generational pass down of skills and knowledge. And truth be known, that today there is a lot of technology that's in the grouting, in the glue, so on and so forth. And you got to know what you can't. Hey, that's what we used to do in 1950, right?
Correct.
And so, Tim, talk a little bit as the dean of the University of Mapei about how important the right cement and stuff is. You know, you just said you're gonna lay down hardwood floors or tile floors. You gotta, common sense is you gotta sweep up the floor and you gotta get all the glue and all the other remnants off of there, right?
Correct.
And so talk about, now Thin Set went out with hula hoops.
Exactly. As we talked in the last segment about floor prep, sweeping up the floor is part of floor prep, but also scraping all the varnish, the lacquer, especially around cabinets, paint, getting all that cleaned up, and then you come back and I've never had a floor that didn't take some type of floor preparation. And then you go into trying to true up a floor, trying to get it level, because it's going to make it a whole lot easier trying to level up the floor. In the years past, we used to just use regular thin set, but now we have so many different types of levelers, patches, and it just makes the installation a whole lot simpler, a whole lot faster, and really more cost effective.
I have a question for Tim, and I think I know the answer to this, but why wouldn't a tile setter say, "Oh, I can just make the floor level with thin set"?
Because that's what he was taught years ago. Plus, he thinks in his mind as well as I did that, man, if I have to, I'm doing Miss Smith's house today. In 2 days, I got Mrs. Jones down the street. If this may put me back another day because I've got to let it all dry. But in reality, he's going to be late to Mrs. Jones' house because he's going to be sitting fighting that floor if it's a real bad floor, and he's going to have to pull up tile, butter it, and then you're not going to have that peace of mind whenever he's gone, whenever he's finished, that hey, that floor was done correctly, because you can only go so thick with mortars, and then that's when your patches and that's when your levelers come into play.
Explain the word butter, because some people may not understand what
Well,
you
I was
just
talking
meant
about
by
butter that you put on bread. No,
And then
butter. I'm sorry.
the shipment of the duck butter.
I get in trouble all the time because I use the installation language. When I say butter, excuse me, that's where you if you have a corner of a tile that's kind of low, then you pry that back up, and then you take some more mortar and you hit on that corner, which we call buttering, and it is kind of like buttering bread. You just put it on and set it down, and then it kind of levels out. And then we go ahead.
No, please do.
We're also running into just regular thin set method, and we're not laying 8x8s, 4x4s, and 12x12s like we were years ago. Now these tile are as big as this wall. They're 5 foot by 10 foot, 36 by 36. We can't use the same mortars. You have to have a medium bed mortar for any, and this is not just by my pay, but this is from the Tile Council of North America, and that is the tile Bible that we are supposed to know and follow. Any tile over a 15-inch edge requires a medium bed mortar, and if that tile, if you have any failure with that, and you call me up, and Thurl calls me up and says, hey, we got a failure, I go pull up a piece of tile, I'm going to have that mortar sent to our Deerfield Beach laboratory, and they're going to see, they got tracers, and they can tell exactly what, they're going to say, well, this wasn't a medium bed mortar, this was a regular thin set mortar. And I'm going to say, Thurl, I'm sorry, but the floor is yours.
Now, as opposed to doing it right in the beginning, if it used the right medium base, mud to put it down, then, and that happens, now we got something to stand on, right?
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, any manufacturer is always going to say to use their product and use it correctly. And even though they have a lot of products, you have to use the correct product for the correct job. It's just like using a tool. If you need a Phillips screwdriver, you can't use a slot. Well, you might can cheat it up. You're gonna mess it up. And so that's all these are. They're different tools for different situations. And they will. A lot of tile installers don't understand that a manufacturer, if they go to guarantee a floor and guarantee their products, they will go to the scientific forensic look to find out why their product failed. And if they can prove that their product failed because it was mixed improperly, installed improperly, or the wrong product was put in this area, they're going to relieve themselves of responsibility, because that's our job as a dealer to understand all the tools that are in his toolbox and use them correctly. And that's really why we're trying to educate people, is that we know what we're doing and we know what should be the right thing.
I got to tell you, Thurl, Tim, as we educate people in this program, you go to some of the big box stores and you walk in the flooring department. Number one, there's nothing by there, so you get a code 50 over the loudspeaker, right? And I don't see how, maybe I'm wrong, you get this kind of knowledge and literally shaking somebody's shoulders and saying, this is a big deal on how you lay this beautiful tile in your home. It is so important to use the right products to make sure it's there and do it correctly. I just don't see where you get it in a big box store.
Yeah, and you also have some guys that are versed, that have talked to me, and that I have told the very same thing. 15-inch edge tile, a big tile, you got to use a medium bed mortar, and they will continue to use the same thing that they've been using, like I was back in 92. So, and it just won't work.
So, Thurl, if somebody is scratching their head right now going, man, I want to do it right, they can simply reach out to you at 817-710-7030. Again, 817-710-7030. Or they can email you at radio@tillmanbuilders.com. at floors2gotexas.com. Is that right?
That's correct. And if they want to do it yourself, that's fine. We understand that. Everybody has different budgets, and sometimes people are really good with their hands. Just give us a call, give us an email, because we want to be able to help them, guide them along the process, and we'll help see that they get the right materials. Maybe they don't want us to do the full service installation for them, but we want to make sure they get the right setting materials, the right grouts, depending on what they're doing, where it's going in the house, what are they expecting out of this product. Because so many times people have expectations and they have bought a product that didn't live up to their expectations because probably the salesperson didn't ask enough questions.
They weren't educated enough.
They weren't educated enough,
One time you told me, Thurl, in construction, flooring, you don't get what you expect, you get what you inspect. And you got to inspect it correctly. Now, I got to go to break here. So let me ask you, Tim, are we going to talk about showers, waterproofing, so on and so forth when we come back? Because there are some new grout and flex colors in there
Yes,
that
sir.
we want to hear about from this great company, Montpay Products. By the way, I was just kidding with you about Montpay University and the dean over here. But I try to lighten up a little bit on this show. It's about knowledge. And knowledge is power in making your home a place of sanctuary for you and your family. If I'm hitting the button, remember you can pick up the phone, 817-710-7030, and ask for my buddy, Thurl Williams, my co-host on this show each Saturday night from 7 to 8. Got to go to break. When we come back, we'll be talking about your showers with Mr. Tim over at Montpay Products. We'll be back in a Thurl and Willie Scotia.
When we get
See,
down,
that's easy, right?
Yeah,
You're just you. You're just you.
Let's do another show after this.
So, go ahead, Dana.
when we get down here, we do need to talk about the grout, the cement grout. If we
Yes.
can run that in down here, because that's real important for people to know.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, let's kind of tie that in.
We can do
the,
it with the new
the tiles. And
Flex Cube,
yeah,
because that's a failure right there.
I mean, y'all are trying to promote the CQ grout, and
Yes.
so are we. In spite of installers who don't want to learn.
So
There you go.
we're on the third segment, and we're starting the second in your notes.
Well, it's because of the way things went. We still
So,
want to cover. We still want to cover it. We don't want to leave it out.
well,
I
just
mean,
going
the
to have
next-
to hit the high points on 2 and 3 in this segment.
Okay, I understand that, but back to the very top of the show, the most abused is tile by tile setters. So the next area that they abuse is showers, big time abuse in the showers because of
It's probably the most, because a shower, not anybody can lay floor, but almost anybody can lay floor, but it takes a special skill set to
sticking on the wall,
stick it on the wall.
getting
and
it
make
level,
sure.
straight and level.
And the right material.
Because a leaking
Oh, yeah,
shower.
because hardy board
not
is
a good shower.
waterproof.
Oh yeah, it
Beg
is.
pardon?
Everybody
My,
thinks
my,
hardy board is
my
waterproof.
favorite joke, hardy board is waterproof.
No, I got a story. I got a story about that.
Well, we need to tell
need
it.
a story.
We need to tell
Yeah,
the story.
we need to make fun and have fun with this kind of stuff.
But I don't want it to be a negative.
No.
No.
Here's what I tell people on the air, and I've told them before. It says hardy board does claim to be waterproof. They do claim to have an antimicrobial. The problem is if water penetrates at the seams or the joints and gets in that dark cavity, mold likes moisture and it likes black or dark spaces.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to talk about.
Okay, but this was,
In the spirit of the radio program, the Floors to Go Texas show, we want to be jovial. We want to be joking. We don't want to be, hey, the new grout is this, and the because people want to shoot themselves in the head.
Yeah.
You would joke, but you can joke too much, right? And so, in this segment, we'll try to combine both the showers and the patio and all that stuff. It can be the biggest nightmare of your home if the installer does it incorrectly, because you can buy the best product in the world, and at the end of the day, you got to yank it out. 6 months down the line, it's double of what it costs to do it right in the first time.
And thanks for saying hi to Lori on there. But feel free to go ahead and still say hi to all our guests, because we've got folks watching us now on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook.
Woohoo, that's great.
Oh, it's all-
You're fine. I just a verbal.
Yeah.
I think it'd be
Oh,
nice, especially because
Okay.
even when people
Yeah.
listen
Okay.
to the show on this weekend, they'll be like, "They're
Okay.
actually on Facebook Live and
Okay.
Twitch and
William.
YouTube."
Okay.
Timothy, Jesse, Maria. Yeah, we need to.
Hold
Any-
on, I got it. William, Timothy.
Jesse.
And the most important one of all is who?
Dana.
No.
She's watching right now.
Rocha.
Alice is the most important.
Boy, I get
What you
that
got me?
wrong.
You got
Yeah.
Timothy.
Jesse, Maria, and William. We can't do without in the warehouse.
Okay. All right.
And
All right.
any of them can answer questions.
All right. 3. Reset. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Floors to Go Texas show. We're at the halfway point of this hour. We are honored and delighted you're joining us. Remember, any questions you have about what I consider very important in putting a new floor or tile in your home, reach out to Thurl Williams at 817-710-7030, 817-710-7030. 5212 Airport Freeway, Haltom City, or you can email him at radio@floorstogotexas.com. Did I say that right there?
Yes, you did.
We got a lot of ground to cover here.
We do have.
Go ahead.
We again are trying to educate the people that the installation of tile is the most abused section, and homeowners get taken the most advantage of. And what we really want to talk about now is tile showers, and incorporate in that the different new techniques and waterproofing and stuff, and talk about the cement grouts and the polymer grouts. And Tim's going to share with us some horror stories from the past, and he's going to share with us some of the products that Mapei makes, which we carry, in order for people who either want to do it themselves, or we do it for them, or will we use these products to make sure that their shower gets put in with no leakage.
Take it away, Tim.
Again, there's so many. I probably installed at least 800 plus showers.
Wow.
And I just how I got that number. I had a couple of big builders over in Granbury, and they did about 25 houses a year, 50 houses times 3 in each, 2 or 3 in each one. So anyway, I come up with that number. In those, not those builders, but on the side, I've also done some showers, and I had 2 failures in all those, and
In 800.
in 800 plus. And what I got out of that, it doesn't pay very good when you have to go back and tear out a shower and redo it.
Let me just add something, Tim, real quickly. If you're a homeowner and you had the budget, you've been saving to have the budget, and you go get beautiful stone to build a shower, you get in there, you get it built, and you pulled, Harvey Lipspitz off the street to do it, right? Then all of a sudden, 6 months down the road, you have a failure. Man, it is twice the cost to go in there and fix it, isn't
It's
it?
twice the cost because
Plus, you can't find him.
in my case, it was for a lawyer upstairs. And anyway, so not only did I have to replace that, but I also had to replace the ceiling down below. And it wasn't a laptop back then; it was a big computer, and it dripped right onto the computer. So I had to pay for that as well.
So let me ask you something. That being said, I don't want to take us off the topic here, but your installer, one of the red flags is, man, I have no insurance and I have no driver's license. And how do you vet one of those guys other than come to, Floors to Go?
Well, okay.
You gotta vet 'em.
Other than Floors to Go, yeah, because we have proper insurance, we have proper general liability, we have proper workman's comp.
We check them all out too.
Yeah, we check them all out.
My
But if they're
job.
going to hire a contractor, like what one of the big remodeling companies advertise on the radio on a commercial, it says, if you're just saving up for 2 guys to put in your shower, you better start saving up again, because you're probably going to have to redo it.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the tile installers that come to my store looking for a job, first thing I ask them is, do they have insurance? And most of them turn around and say no.
Well, first ask if they have a business card. Some of them don't even have a business card.
I got it. Well, I got the whole picture.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah, but that's really the best. Even though out of all of my years, I pretty much worked out of my house, out of my truck, and but a reputable company like Floors to Go, they're going to be around. They're going to back that warranty, because if you don't, we have a warranty we call a tail light warranty, and that's as the people get finished and you're out in the driveway and you pay, or you write that installer that check. And as soon as his tail lights are not visible, the warranty's voided.
That's right. That's right.
So you gotta be very careful of that.
It's like in the foundation business, man. I'm gonna give you a lifetime warranty. Well, the lifetime warranty is only as good as how long the company's in business. If they go out of business, you're done.
Yep.
And so I get it, man. I get it. So carry on a little bit.
Yeah. On the showers, a lot of guys can go in and maybe not lay floor tile properly, but it really takes a special skill set to do a shower. And I get calls all the time, and I've seen some real nightmares. And I don't know how these guys even, some of them didn't even put a shower bottom, a pan liner. They just get in there in mud, and I mean the water's just going to run out to the closets out in the floor.
Surely you're kidding me.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
So I don't know anything about this. I've put showers in before. You've got to put a shower pan in.
Apparently,
You
some,
got-
some,
you gotta-
don't, some don't think that way. So,
Well, maybe you got to be able to spell common sense. That'd be the first
yeah,
thing.
Or the shower.
Hey, you got to spell common sense for me before you
Yeah.
come on this job.
But I've also seen with a shower pan liner where they cut it in the corners to overlap it, and I mean all they do is creating
There's a leak right
it's,
there.
it's a leak. And a lot of the times too on these new homes, before the house is even sheetrock, the plumbers come in and they put a shower pan in. And then you got all these other contractors coming in. You got the plumber, you got sheetrock guys, and they're dropping nails and screws. And then they clean out all that mess, and you don't know if there's a pinhole there or not.
It doesn't
And-
take much of a hole to leak.
No,
either.
it doesn't take much of a hoe at all.
What do you suggest, Dana?
You go with somebody reputable. You come to us.
I got that, but I mean, how do you check and see if there's a pinhole leak?
Well, they always conduct a shower pan test after the plumber installs a shower pan. Well, that's nobody's been in there. I mean, he just put it in and they fill it up with water and give
Oh,
it
I
a,
got you.
So it's always a good idea to plug up the drain, fill it up with water. As 2 months later, when you're ready to lay tile, after all the other trades have come in, and see if it leaks then. So
He's talking about on a brand new home.
yes,
Where they have to do things in stages, and
got
I
you.
understand all that.
but
I got you.
But for example, a lot of people do or installation on showers, and they use a cement board. Hardy board is a very popular one, but talking generally about cement boards, what
yeah, I
is that
had
the only thing you do? That's not the
No,
only thing
no.
you do, is it?
There's several different products, and now you have these shower systems that are really pretty much bulletproof. And they just started really coming around the last 2 or 3 years, so I haven't really. But it's already got the pre-sloped bottom where you don't have to mud the bottom to get that fall to the drain. It comes with waterproof board instead of Hardy board. And I was a big Hardy board guy, and I had a claim on myself. I had to go out on a job I did about 9 years ago, and the guy calls me up and he said, "You remember the outside porch?" And it was about 1,500 feet, real big, nice home. And I put 1/4 inch Hardy. We put a Mopé waterproofing over that. Then I mudded it to get a slope. We put another waterproofing membrane. Long story short, some of the flashing on the upstairs, the water was going up underneath, and it was absorbing into my mud bed and to the 1/4 inch Hardy. And the tile were popping up. When I went to the job, you could grab the Hardy board and it would just disintegrate in your hand. It delaminated and was just disintegrating.
Wow.
And my question was, you advertise this in a block of water. Anywhere that sells Hardy, you're going to see this in a block of water. And I just, that's false advertisement to me.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So,
So let me ask you this. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, if cement board is used today, Mopé has a waterproofing material called Aquamix.
Aqua Defense.
Aquadefense.
Excuse me, Aquadefense. I knew that.
And you
Just a liquid waterproofing.
Just roll it on.
And you
roll it on.
As simple as rolling it on. It's a mesh-free product. If I'm going to use it as a primary shower pan, then I'm going to use the reinforcing fabric just to have that peace of mind. But it is mesh free.
Yeah, but
Nice.
I've seen a cardboard box done,
Yes.
and you
I-
waterproof it with
Yep.
that.
That's when I do my demonstrations. I'll just get like a shoe box. I'll paint it in. I'll fill it full of water, set it on my table, put a couple of pencils in it, and that's kind of an eye catcher.
Wow.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
cardboard.
Put some of that on my boots.
Yeah.
If you want,
I've got a-
blue boots, you're good.
I've got a pair of work shoes at the house. I do yard work in. It's got Aqua Defense on the heel of them. I promise you.
Yeah.
With some duct tape.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm getting ready. We're going to go to the last segment here, this show. But, you know, we're going to talk a little bit about stone here, hard stone, and how that applies. And if we can hurry up and get off this break here, maybe we'll talk about gazebos a little bit. Stick around. We'll be back in a Farrell and Willie Scotch.
Okay.
Wait a minute. My whole world is falling over here. Montpellier is tumbling
It's in
down.
the bag. It's in the
I got to hold on, Willie.
Huh?
Hold on just a second. I got to fix.
So you're having a good time, Tim?
Oh, yeah.
So here's what I would say.
Here around here.
You know, I'm sitting here listening to you talk, and I'm going, oh my goodness, I'm putting together these houses, and 9 years from now, some come along and whack me, you know? And so
Well-
I go, I better be making sure I sell a home warranty on all of these things. And that's
Well-
my cover up.
Well, whenever I came into my pay, I came in a little bit arrogant. I mean, really,
Yeah.
I know I did, really. And it took about 2 or 3 days to be humbled real quick because a lot of the installation I was using, I mean, it would still work. You know, a horse and buggy will
Yeah,
get you to
still-
town.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be a little beat up, smell like a back of a horse, but
Yeah.
I mean, it still gets you there. But, you know, some of the products now.
That's one way to look at it.
I told you he'd fit right in.
But some of the products now, it makes the installer's life so much easier.
But they just don't
So
know.
do
They don't know it.
do you ever have, like, can I send Juan over to an hour-long installation seminar with you?
Yes, we
Yes.
Willie, take it.
Free.
do. There you
Oh, he
go.
will. He will.
Free.
I would like to come to it.
Sure.
We have.
I really would.
I've grouted
Aren't
everything.
the schools free?
Yeah, we have two classes that we give at our plant here in Garland. We have a local plant. We have an MTI room, and we do a 2-day class, and it's usually over floor preparation, tile and stone, and then we'll do one about glues, grouts, and stuff like that.
All right, so you do those, right?
Yes, sir.
And I need your card.
Okay.
And so I'm going to be done rehabbing some houses in August.
Okay.
And so I may have Juan and me go to that dang thing, and I would love for Janae to go, right? And listen, this is the way you do it correctly.
And we do.
You got that look
look
right
at
now. You're going, I don't know, that's a good idea, Willie.
Oh, it's a great idea.
Great idea.
It's
a great
Education's
idea.
great.
And we even give you a tour of the
If you can
plant.
get that third party on board, that's great.
Oh, I can get her on board. Yeah.
And we have specific dates. We're having one at well, matter of fact, we're having one Wednesday.
We'll have to buy some
But
refreshments for
it's
Tim.
already full. We already have it full. But we can do smaller groups where we usually have Sam Biante. He's our Deerfield Beach guru, and he'll come in. But my boss, Del Penland, we have Logan Rivas. We have a glue guy here, and we can do the same class with a PowerPoint and do a little hands-on training. And you get the same thing out of it.
I can get that done, but I have to do it in August
Yeah, we can do it.
or September. All right, so
Hotter the better.
When we grout our floors, we'll call you. You can come grout with us.
I'd love to go grouting with you, baby. Anytime.
Send one over. We can learn something.
You can learn something too.
Yeah.
All right, so
Okay.
ready? Reset. Let me ask you something, Tim.
Yes, sir.
Are you having fun?
Having fun.
Number 2, you don't feel the F-bomb coming up through your system, do you?
Just twice.
All right,
I
cool.
Swallowed it back down.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Floors to Go Texas Show. Friend, I haven't reminded you, get a free wool rug. It's a humdinger now. It's not a little thing that goes on, on the, your front door. When you go over to 5212 Airport Freeway and you say, a room without a rug is like a kiss without a hug, all right? It ain't that bad. I figured it out. 817-710-7030. 817-710-7030. This show is about educating you, our listener, about flooring. And I'll tell you, everybody wants to do it their own way. And at the end of the day, it's taken me 56 years. If you'll listen more than you talk, you'll learn something, and it won't hit your pocketbook as hard. Live in the studio is our buddy Tim Walraven. This guy's forgotten more than I'll ever know about the installation of all flooring. And one of the biggest things today that happens to your home is the abuse of installation when the contractors come. That being said, talk to me a little bit about stone, gazebos, those kind of things. Darryl, you got all this in front of me. I'm trying to figure it all out.
I know. Can I say one thing real quick just before we start?
Go ahead, say two
I just
things.
want to say thanks for all the people that are watching on Facebook Live.
Yep.
Thanks for all the people who have tuned in on YouTube Live
Yep.
and also on Twitch. And thank you for being a part of it and listening. Now, we brought Tim in here today because Tim has seen a lot more abuses even than I have over his years of being in the industry, and he can speak to it. But, people are starting to put tile outdoors, on patios, do kitchens and lounging areas outside. And they're also beginning, we're using stones and things. I don't know if we can squeeze all this stuff in here, but I want you to talk to us about some stone. Just talk to us about some stone first, because stone is still a timeless product. It gets installed and chosen. But what are some real key things that even homeowners need to know about stone? Tim?
Well,
It's different.
yeah, for installation, you really need to have a good mortar, one that has a lot of polymers in it. Again, if you go past and we're talking about outside applications on patios and porches, and but even
inside too.
yeah, inside, outside more. We have a couple of two-part component mortars. One is, the tile terminology is milk, but actually it's an acrylic latex that you add with an unmodified mortar. Now you've got super strength and flexibility for these freeze-thaw conditions outside, because a lot of people don't know outside when these tile get hot, they're like anything else. I mean, they expand, and then at night it cools down and they contract. And you want something that's got some real good stick up underneath it that's going to go with that movement. Any kind of natural stone or marble is more expensive. I would use an upgraded mortar. Again, if you have anything over 15-inch edge on it, don't forget that medium bed mortar. And we have 4 or 5 different ones that you can use. That would be great for that application.
Awesome. There you go, Darryl.
Well, I wish I could show this picture to everybody. I was texting Tim before the program, and I realized I had texted him a picture several years ago. There's a picture of a beautiful marble tile.
I remember.
And we had used I had called Tim in advance because I didn't want to mess this tile up, and I knew we needed to use a white setting material, but I wanted to make sure I used the right setting material. And without well, I'm just going to make a pure guess. Tim's company probably makes about 5 different white materials.
Yes.
Or more.
More than that.
Yeah, probably more than that. And so somewhere along the line, we either ran out or we had another bag, and it was a different white. And I want you to look at that marble. Marble's very translucent depending on how light it is. And we used a different white on there. You see those tiles there look different?
Yeah, it looks like you got masking tape on there.
Well,
And the chocolate one should be white.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And that is from setting material. That's not because the tile is a different color. That is because we used a different setting material. Now, not to scare the audience here, but we spotted this immediately. My tile setter said this ain't gonna work, and we pulled it up off the floor, got the right one, and so it's like once you start on some tile, you've got to have the right kind of material all the way through the project. You can't just substitute some different stuff just because it's a white setting material.
And you got to make sure that not moisture sensitive. It's not a moisture sensitive stone. A lot of your green marbles are moisture sensitive, and you got to have that proper mortar for that, or they'll curl up and move on you. So,
Yeah, that was a big problem back in the
Yes.
early '80s with
green
marble tile.
was very
Yeah.
popular, and they were sticking it with everything from chewing gum to glue, mastic.
Let me ask you this, and I know I'm getting off topic here, but you know, we're supposed to cover porcelain pavers and talking about concrete, gazebos, plywood flooring versus concrete. Talk to me about that just for a second.
Hardwood floor versus
Plywood floors versus concrete, right?
You talking
Gazebo.
about for
The gazebo.
gazebos?
Yeah.
Oh,
as far as installation of tile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A tile, well, with a plywood substrate, you're really going to need to put down some kind of a membrane or a hardy board. I wouldn't recommend it outdoors,
I got you.
but I would recommend that. A cement substrate is going to be a whole lot better because it's got those pores in the substrate, and we want that mortar, the little tentacles in the mortar, we want that to get down and grab into those pores of the concrete. So a concrete substrate's always going to be a better choice versus a wood substrate.
Yeah, that makes sense.
When it comes, and you don't have that deflection with a wood. I mean, you do have the deflection with a wood, not like you do with concrete.
now I'm going to ask a question here because I don't know the answer to this. Tim, do y'all make an underlayment product like Schluter's Dietra?
Yes, we do.
What's that called?
It's called MopaGuard UM. It's an uncoupling membrane. It's also for a moisture barrier. It's also waterproof, so you get negative. It will repel negative hydrostatic pressure as well as positive coming on top.
So you
Wow,
could use
he's
that
double
on
smart.
a gazebo with a plywood
Yes.
floor.
You could use
Right.
that. You could go upstairs with it. We have if you use our right mortars and grouts, we'll give you a 25-year warranty.
Now it sounds like you made that name up. What's it called?
MopaGuard UM.
MopaGuard.
That's why
That sounds like a
he's the-
Tim Walraven deal.
He's the dean of Pompey University.
The
MopaGuard.
The UM stands for uncoupling membrane. It also works as a crack isolation up to 1/8 of an inch. It's
Wow, that's a pretty big. That's a pretty big crack.
good. You're going to get a lot of movement. Really great for upstairs. A lot easier to carry up a 320. I can carry two rows, 323 feet per row. I'm not good in math. I have to take my shoes off. Times two is what?
Yeah.
That'd be 600
At 640.
Yeah, there you go. That sounds close enough.
Yeah.
Versus taking up that many pieces of hardy board. And that's how I learned how to do tape and bedding also, is taking up hardy board and scratching the side of the wood and
Yeah.
the walls and knocking holes in it. So
Yeah.
it's a whole lot easier product to use.
Yeah.
More cost-effective.
Guys, I'm coming to the top of the hour here. I want to ask Tim over this great company, Malpay Products. Would you come back as a repeat offender here?
Yes, sir. Anytime. All you gotta do is ask.
And you had fun,
I
right?
had fun. I had a blast.
Yeah. Well, we enjoyed having you. And I'll tell you, friend, I want to thank our guest. Very important to thank you as we continue to grow this show each Saturday night from 7 to 8. Thank you so much to our listener that joined us. I'm going to close this hour out by saying, friend, if you've been to the big box store and you've done some shopping for flooring, think about what I'm about to tell you. Floors to Go has twice the space and 10 times the choices of the big box stores and can beat any price you throw at them. We're all about giving you knowledge here. Knowledge is power for you and your family, and it helps the resale of your home. Never forget that. Did I say that right, Daryl?
Yes, sir, you did.
Yeah. Make sure you go to floorstogotexas.com, or if you need to email Farrell, he's got over 40 years in the business and has friends like Tim, who really has the cliff notes to the Bible of laying flooring out there. 817-710-7030. Again, 817-710-7030. Email him at radio@floorstogotexas.com. Thank you so much for joining us. And by the way, Go get you one of them free rugs by saying a room without a rug is like a kiss without a hug at 5212 Airport Freeway. Our friends over at Floors to Go. This is the Floors to Go Texas show, signing off for another edition. That's a wrap. We're out. We'll see you next week.
Pen leaked on me. That
Well,
orange one.
this one?
Yeah, it must have.
That was a very good program.
Yeah, we didn't even talk. We had